one of the things I talked about sharing was our solar system. It's a really cool addition that we've added to the building in our quest to try and be more environmentally friendly, reduce smog here in Boise, reduce our impact as a business. And so here we are. This is our server room behind me. These here are our inverters that convert our solar panel energy from DC, which is what they're doing when the sun hits them, to AC, where it goes off into the grid. On those screens, you can see all of the stats about what they're producing, how much they're sending to the grid, how much all the individual panels are producing. We also have an app that shows us that as well. So as you can see, this is where it comes from the roof, down into these inverters, and then out onto the grid through that breaker. It's a 38.8 kilowatt system on the roof, so almost 39 kilowatt system, which is pretty sizable. But as a pretty big building, we use a decent amount of electricity through our lights and the shared co-working space and the Duft Waterson space and all of our own computers. Behind me is the ladder to the roof access, which is kind of a fun thing to see. So I'll try climbing up this thing with one hand. Thought today would be a good time to show you what's going on up here, being that it's a nice sunny day. It's cold, but that's in some cases a good thing for the solar panels, because the hotter they get, the less energy they produce. So you can see nice, beautiful sunny day here in downtown Boise. Some construction going on behind me. Here's some of our solar panels. There's some I mentioned that are still in the shade. You can see the frost on them. But a 38.8 kilowatt system. So that's best case scenario, peak production. When we did the energy efficiency updates, all of the panels, we also updated all of our HVAC systems, because those were original to the building when it was built in '91. And so it was kind of a whole overhaul. You can hear this one pulling air. It's probably, it's heating. But with the system, depending on the month, we can be at net zero, or sometimes we even get credits for pushing back onto the grid, which is pretty cool. Months where we're using more is usually summer, where we're doing a lot of cooling. Peak is summer. Spring and fall is usually where we see that net metering coming into place. And sometimes in the winter, if we get a lot of sunny days, but the sun's generally lower, so we get less production. We have a pretty good array on the warehouse, similar idea, and we're running the compactor out there, less AC, so requires a little bit less energy. It's one small piece of what we can do to kind of contribute to our environmental impact, or reduce our impact, I guess I should say, in addition to partnering with vendors and manufacturers who have the same commitments. And covers probably throughout the course of the year half to 75% of our electricity needs out here, and that's for the whole building, not just BII. We have the additional array at the warehouse, which keeps them basically even, neutral. One step at a time, and we'll get there.